there, my name is Dani Joy, and I would like to walk you through a few jazz strumming patterns on the ukulele. It's not so hard as all that. The right hand's going to do a lot of simple stuff. The left hand can be as simple or as complex as you're looking to get. Number 1 on the list, which you can find in PDF format down below, is the simple jazz strum. Now, at its core, it is a little bit of a pulse. So I recommend that you give the left hand that workout. The right hand does this. Not so bad, right? The left hand does this. So, you let it ring out, then you extinguish the ring. But you have to let it ring. Let's go a little faster. Bum da dee da da ba da bum. Ba da ba 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 ba. Dee 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 doom. Ba dee ba dum boom. Not so bad. Now let's try it with a chord. The C chord is an excellent choice. Let's use the C chord that has open strings. That would be finger 3 on fret 3 here. And that means that whatever fingers you have available left over from your chording hand is going to mute. In this case, I really just trained my finger to jump forward. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I know that pinky may not be quite as strong and capable as you would like it to be right now. But can you blame it? Have you given it really any job to do besides just being part of the hand? So, lift, 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 lift. And when it goes out across the strings, it goes flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it is easier to do the pulse if you don't have so many open strings. If you have them covered, like you do if you take your B flat shape up to fret 3, like this, then all you have to do is press and relax, press, relax. But when you relax, don't let go. See how it's like a little pulse. And I relax just enough to stop the volume of the strings, the vibration, make it stop. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Now let's do like a sweet little vamp. I'm going to bar fret 5. Do it 2 times. Come up here to fret 7 with your middle finger on fret 8. Do it 2 times. That's a G7. And back down to C for 4. D minor 7. G7. C. Now if you're struggling, just stay on C. D minor 7. G7 and the C. D minor 7, G7 and the C. D minor 7, G7 and C. D minor 7, G7 and C. little faster. D minor 7, G7, and C. Now I can hear the whole band when I do all of this. The band would be coming in with all those other jazzy bits and pieces that might be missing from the simple jazz strum. Now, let's say you want your song to feel like it has some forward movement. It's pretty important. So at this point it sounds just kind of like an army. Right, left, right, left. So what we could do is add in an up. But I'm not going to add it until the end. So on your PDF, you'll see that it says upswing. And I just decided on these names arbitrarily. So we're going to have this, we'll have open first. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 4 and 1, 4 and 1, 4 and 1. Now, if you'd like to try it with that little vamping, we did a 2-5-1 earlier in jazz. It's all over the place. You know it best as being what they use for the Hawaiian vamp at the beginning of the song. We could break up that first pattern into 2 chords. So it'd be down, 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 up, down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 4 and 1. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. You're going to notice that sometimes when you have a thing to do with your right hand, the switching needs to happen, and so you might abandon and jump to your new chord so you get there on time. And you end up kind of sliding down the strings without pressing. So you might get one of these, like my last up between the G7. Kind of like that. Don't be surprised if that happens, depending on the chord progression. The next one we have is a little gallop. And so this is very similar to what we just did, except now we're going to do that little up twice. So, open strings, it'll sound like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. Some variety because I felt like it. That's jazz strumming for you. You can add and subtract and do this and that. Improvisation is one of the major cornerstones of jazz. Now, if you're playing rhythm, of course, you want to be nice and consistent, but there's no one telling you, well, there might be. Doesn't mean that you can't throw a little up in there when there doesn't supposed to be an up. It's not going to throw off the band if they're good. The next one is called a gypsy strum. This is one of the gypsy strums. There's like 3 main ones. And this one is used on the song Dark Eyes. And on your sheet you'll see a bunch of X's, but still a downward strum. That represents your fingers pressing on the strings. Now this is slow, but it gets faster. So we have bum, 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 bum. Of course, there's different chords. Now let's go a little faster. Remember, the first thing you do is a little bit of a swipe like this against the muted string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Faster. When you hear me do little sounds and stuff that are not in any particular song sometimes, it's just because that's what I do when I'm practicing at home, just to stave off boredom. You know, it's not easy to sit down and practice for too long if you don't get creative. So as you're doing these types of things, if you don't have any chord movement happening, hum a little tune, make something up. You can do it. The next one is called bouncy. And the very first thing we do is a downward motion with our hand, but it's a thumb on the G string. Now I have a low G, you might have a high G, and that's okay. So touch, down, touch, up, down, up, touch, down, touch, up, down, up, touch, down, touch, up, down, touch, down, touch, up, down. Keep it up. Touch, down, touch, up, down, up, touch, down, touch, up, down, up, touch, down, touch, up, down, up, touch, down, touch, up. Now we're going to speed it up. Touch, down, touch, up, down, touch, down, touch, up, down, touch, down, touch, up, down, touch, down, touch. Twice more. it. A little faster. Could you see how this would be a useful strum? Bouncy or what? And finally on your sheet we have a nice little ending. This is a really nice little ending. Sounds like this. Touch, down, up, mute, up, down, up, touch, down, up, mute, up. Let's throw that swing into it right away. Like a calypso, a little faster, a little faster, a little faster, just like a slow, cruising along kind of song.